is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking in to drop by, but if you are a returner, it is always nice to have you back. This video, I'm going to be walking you all through a week of exam prep and then the weekend of just relaxing, knowing that the exam is done and I get a free weekend. But before we get too far into this video, if you are not yet subscribed, that's okay. I'll help you out. Take your finger, your cursor, whatever it might be, go to the bottom right-hand corner where there is a big red button that says subscribe. Click that, turn on notifications, and you'll be notified of all the other videos I make as I go this journey of medical school. This video is going to be talking about exam 3, which was Foundations 3, Bugs and Drugs. So all the things that make you sick and the things that you would give to a patient if you were going to treat them. I was using Sketchy mainly to help me with studying. I also use Anki, but in that final week of studying, of exam prep, I also want to remind myself, Jasmine, you have been doing the work. Obviously, you have one more week left, but you have been doing the work for the past 5 weeks, making sure that you're keeping up to date on your lectures, making sure that you're watching all the lectures, making sure that you're doing your Anki cards, watching your Sketchy. You have been studying, technically, this entire time. So what's going to make this last week different? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, as it relates to this last week, there are a couple of things that I want to make sure that I'm doing. Some check marks that I want to make sure I'm able to hit. I want to be able to go through the learning guides. At my school, for every lecture, we get a learning guide of this is what you should know after watching lecture number 97. That seems pretty important. So, being able to look at that learning guide, go to the part where it says lecture guide questions, study questions. I want to be able to look at those questions and just answer them from out in my head. I don't want to have to go back up and look through the learning guide. I don't want to have to look at my notes. I want to be able to just look at the question and come up with the explanation, come up with the pathway, be able to group the bugs, group the drugs, all on my own. That's something I work to be able to do. It's something that happens over the course of my studying. I tailor my studying to be able to answer those questions. So we got to make sure we can answer all of those. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back through every single lecture. They will have practice questions, little quizzes, concept checks that they give you. I want to be able to go through all of those concept checks and get them right. I also want to make sure that I'm able to go through all of the SAS questions, all the review questions, the review session questions, and get those correct as well. And I want to be able to compare, okay, the first time it was not going very well in Foundations 3. The first time I was getting like 30% of the questions right in the practices, but by the end, I was moving up, up, up. So I start at 30, and then I'm at 60, and then I'm at 70, 80, 90. Probably never got to 100 on all of them, but that was the goal. That's what I was looking for. I was working to see growth in every attempt that I had of these review sessions. And also, another really important thing that I do, I go to every single review section that they offer during that final exam prep week. And that's something that I don't want to miss out on, because what if they say something important? What if they say, oh yeah, this is really important. This is something that I really like as, the professor. This is a really cool drug. This is a really cool bug. Like, oh, okay. Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm going to make sure that I focus on whatever you say during that review practice section that you have the week of the exam. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I already mentioned practice questions, but what about a practice exam? I try to take that 3 to 2 days before exam day. And that's just so I can have an accurate idea of, how are things going? How has my studying been up until now? And it's also going to direct me in how I should study for the last 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to hand it off to past me now, and she'll talk to you all about how my practice exam for exam number 3 went. Hello, everyone. We are getting ready to do something different, something interesting. Also, depending on how I do on this formative exam, you may or may not even see this video. So, I just finished taking the formative exam, which is the practice exam for exam number 3. It's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. It has been a little rough. I've had to change the way that I study. I had to use Sketchy. Never used that before, but it's very useful. It has you make different pictorial word associations. That way you can remember that staff is catalase positive because in the picture there's a cat. Things like that. And it's a very different way of learning, but it's useful. So it's been a lot. Bugs and drugs. I feel like I have learned so many different words, and they're all really, really long, really big words. They're all slightly similar too. So it's just been a lot. I have 2 days until the exam, the rest of today, and then tomorrow. This I'm doing now. That way it will tell me what it is that I need to focus this last roughly day and a half of studying. That way I can be ready for the exam. So I'm getting ready to press submit. I'll get the exam back for my formative and we'll go from there. But this is a little nerve-wracking. It is a little nerve-wracking because it's been a lot. It's been a unit. That is for sure. So scrolling back down to the end, I have gone through everything, picked what I want, changed a couple of things. Some things are total guesses too, but that's just how it is. And then went over things all over again, making sure that I have indicated exactly what I want. Didn't accidentally click anything anywhere, making sure that I've read all of the nots, most likely, except type things to make sure I am answering the question. So, okay. Submit quiz. Loading. Okay. Click here. Okay. Click here. Woo! Click here to return. Okay. Okay. 42 out of 54. Don't know what that is off the top of my head, but I'm gonna go get a calculator. I'll be right back. I'm feeling pretty good right now. $42 out of 54. Hey! Okay. So that is a 77.78, which is passing. That's all that really matters. Remember, I go to a pass-fail medical school, and at the end of the day, whether I get a 90, an 80, or even a 70, it's all going to turn out as P on my transcript. Okay. So, 77.78, but I think it's actually higher because in the quiz there were some fill in the blank. I got one of the fill in the blanks correctly because they do give you a sample answer that they would accept. My answer matches the sample answer. We like that. I'm feeling great. And especially since they tell us that the formative is typically a little bit harder than the actual exam, I feel like I'm in a great place right now. I feel, woo! I feel so much better. You all do not know how much stress has been building up in my body for the past week trying to study for this exam and make sure that I know what I know. That way I can pass. Turns out I've been doing some pretty good studying. So, the next thing that I have to do is obviously go through all of this. Look at what I got right that I wasn't expecting to get right. Look at what I got wrong. And that'll let me know exactly what I need to study. So, yeah, we got a day and a half more until I will be taking my 3rd medical school exam. As you can see, I was feeling pretty good after those practice exam results, and I decided, okay, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. It obviously seems to be working, and now I just need to make it to exam day. To prepare myself for exam day, I make sure that the night before I'm going to sleep at a good time. I'm making sure that I have my alarm set and that I am not in any way going to miss this exam. I also make sure that my computer is charged. We take our test on the computer at my medical school. I'm also going to make sure that I bring my charger with me. I cannot leave I mean, obviously I could because my computer is not going to die within 3 hours, but I want to make sure that I have that with me. So I put that in my bag. We get up, we go, we take the exam. When I'm taking the exam, I like to have this sheet that they give us. I call it the feeling sheet. And when I'm taking that, you're supposed to put how you feel about the question for one. I take question number 1. I'm killing it. I know that one. I'm going to put a check mark. I feel like I got question number 1 right. I get to question number 37. I look at it and it's like, ugh, I don't like any of these answers to the question. I really don't know. Maybe I'll put a question mark. Or maybe for question number 40, I've been able to X out 2 of them. Now I'm down to 2 answer choices. So I'm going to put a slash through the number for I was feeling half and half. Maybe for number 17, I had an answer. I went back, I looked at it, I realized, oh no, that wasn't the right answer. So I put a little triangle saying that I changed it. That sheet, at the end, you're able to keep it. And it's nice to just be able to look at it and see, okay, I feel like I definitely got an 80% on this exam. Obviously, there might be some where you change it, and that was a good thing that you changed it. Or you change it, and it was a bad thing that you changed it. Or you felt like you were killing it, you got it wrong, and you didn't even know you were wrong. And then sometimes you surprise yourself. You put a question mark, you didn't know what that question was asking, but you got it right. So there's also a later time where you'll be able to look, once you've gotten your score, you'll be able to look at the questions, look at your feeling sheet, go through and kind of take stock of how well your feelings match up to reality and let that guide you as to whether, hey, you should stick to your first choice or, hey, you should probably not stick to your first choice. I personally think that it's a nice resource that they give us. It's something that we're able to keep, and it helps me with my learning. So here's a little bit of video from exam day.
We did it!
We did it!
Yeah. Put me on YouTube! Put me on YouTube! As you can tell, we're very happy to just be done.
I'm glad to be done as well. And I'm also so hungry.
Glad to be done.
After that, a bunch of friends and I, we made our way to the Honey Bear Cafe. The Honey Bear Cafe is a woman-owned restaurant that is BYOB, bring your own beverage. So we bought some champagne, we bought some sparkling grape juice, that's what I brought, and we were having a very good time celebrating the end of Foundations 3. Now, at the time, we didn't know how we had done, but we are still celebrating like we've passed. We all passed, we're all good, and it was just a really nice time. Also, I posted some pictures and a reel for the Honey Bear Cafe. They liked my content so much that they reposted it, tagged me, and followed me. Okay, go Jasmine. I'm in my little influencer bag. So here is some of the stuff that I posted for the Honey Bear Cafe, and here is just a montage of the amazing time that we had there. We'll definitely be going back. We also celebrated Friendsgiving between both SNMA, which is the Black Medical Students Association, and LMFA, which is the Latino Students Association. We also took time to celebrate Friendsgiving, which was between SNMA, the Black medical students, LMSA, the Latino medical students, as well as INMERF, which is the the minority residents. Okay, so we had a very fun time there. And then we also just spent a good amount of time playing a very violent but also fun game using the pool table, but not playing pool in the game room. You all will see. So here's a little bit of video from that.
Damn, that's tough.
It's like 90.
Got hung up a little too much. This is not as a computer. It's not even like a.
No, it's not really like an arcade. There you go.
He said, "Not me, not today."
Don't know, what was that? Why do people do this? Like,
Good shot.
You.
Oh! It gets me too. Yep. It's a little side, a little like.
And that's all I've got for you. That is how I manage the pre-exam week. That's also how I relax and just celebrate being done with another medical school exam that I did pass. So, thank you very much for watching. And if you are still here, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like, make sure that you comment what was your favorite part. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.